the place for comic book and anime reviews.
Hey there you guys, welcome to Bourbon Camera 12's YouTube channel, place for all our comic book and anime reviews. And today I'll tell you guys about Generations, The Thunder, issue number 1, which is basically the Thor's book with Unworthy Thor and the main Thor, Jane Foster Thor, I mean. So this book, I like the ideas of this book. For the most part, I don't feel like the way they executed them was very well. I feel like a lot of choices that I made were not the right choices to make in this book. So, just give me a little bit of a rundown of my feelings on Jason Aaron for the most part, and his Thor run. I've always tried to get into Jason Aaron's Thor run for a while now. And really, like, I've never been a giant fan of Thor in general, for me. I like a lot of concepts in the Thor mythos. Like, I love the idea of Enchantress, like Gamora. I think the fact that Gamora is probably one of my favorites. I love Beta Ray Bill. I love Hela. And I love a lot of ideas that are inside of Thor, like, mythos that are kind of cool. But for the most part, I never really liked the idea of, I never really liked Thor comics for the most part. And so when Jane Foster kind of became Thor, I thought like, hey, this might be a cool idea that I could kind of like jump onto. And I read some of it, and I've never been able to really get into that story either, for the most part, sadly. Although I am still kind of like reading it every now and then, just to kind of see what's going on in it. But I've never been able to fully immerse myself into that world, which is kind of sucky. So with this book though, I felt like this story was kind of all over the place for the most part. It's not really as character focused as I hoped it would be. It's really plot focused, and it's really obvious that Jason Aaron is kind of like trying to set up all this stuff for Marvel Legacy, which is coming on very, very soon. And you know, that's what this really shouldn't have been. Like, this shouldn't have been a setup for Marvel Legacy at all. I mean, maybe at the end you can just have something that, like that onto it, but for the most part, I felt very like he was very concerned about like this one thing in Marvel Legacy, but he didn't really care about like just make a really strong one shot that made us really excited for the mythos of Thor and what he was gonna do going forward here. I really didn't like that about this book. I thought it was very all over the place. I thought the choice to like have Thor that hadn't picked up the hammer yet was a really bad choice, because we've been seeing that for a while now in the main Thor book, of just having a Thor who's unworthy of the hammer. And I thought that it was a really poor decision to make. It didn't really work at all. It's a lot of cool ideas inside this book, though. I love like some of the interaction between Jane Foster and her and Thor. But for the most part, and this really does, like, you can really tell like this whole book, like, guys, Jane Foster's probably more than likely not gonna die in that Death of Thor book. I have a feeling about that right now, especially after reading this. Especially when you have Thor coming in here and just Jane Foster kind of like thinking about like, why don't you just stay Thor forever if you won't have to worry about becoming Jane Foster anymore and having to deal with all this cancer stuff. And I was just like, yeah, why don't you? Because you're probably not. You probably are going to just stay Thor forever. You're probably going to not have to deal with that whole Jane Foster stuff anymore. So that kind of felt like, you know, this is kind of like hinting at all these type of things that are in the future of the main Thor book that I think is going to be very interesting and very poignant going forward in that book. Yeah, this just didn't work for me for the most part. It wasn't the story I was really hoping for it to be. Apocalypse just kind of is there in this book. He kind of appears. There's no really point of him even being in the book. For the most part, he just kind of is just they're trying to tell a fun story with the two Thors fighting Apocalypse, but it doesn't really go anywhere. Yeah, this book could have been a lot better than it was, and this is probably one of my first book I legitimately might kind of dislike in this whole Generations thing. So, yeah, you guys, I've heard my notes on Generations of Thunder. Let me know comment below what you guys thought about this book, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.